So today I am outside getting ready to plant another variety of cucumber. And this one is Anaga Jabai. And I planted another variety of the Jabai cucumber, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to like the flavor of that one over this one. So I'm getting ready to plant this in the ground so that we'll have two different varieties of cucumbers growing out here. So come on and have a look, and you can see the package that I have. And we already have some cucumber growing already. But this is the one that I'm planting today right here. So this is the second variety of the Jabai cucumber. And I'm going to pop this in two different places here in the garden. These are the seeds right here. I got these seeds from Baker Creek from Rare Seeds. And I don't need all of these for the areas that I'm getting ready to plant right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my shovel and I'm going to move the wood chips back here and just make a space for these seeds. And I'm actually just going to pop in about 3, maybe 4 seeds in this spot down here. And then I'm going to cover it back over with the soil, but not with the wood chips yet. I want to make sure that they germinate and there's nothing going to stop them from coming up through the soil. And then I'm going to come here to this next spot, pull that up. That's just a weed. And I'm going to come in between these two. This plant is actually all the way back here, and then this one is here. So I'm just going to come in about right here. I'm going to again move the wood chips back out of the way. And I'm going to make a space. And I'm going to pop in about 4 seeds here as well. And I always put about 3 to 4 cucumber seeds just to make sure that I have good germination. Okay, so now that's the last of these two. And actually, I think I'm going to come back down here and pop one into the soil down here as well. And I always try to get as close to an emitter as I possibly can. So I think I'm going to come right here, move the chips out of the way. I really got to move the chips out of the way. Yeah, just slide those back. Then I'm going to dig out a little space. And I normally would put worm castings in this hole here, but I'm not going to do that yet. What I'm going to do is just pop in the seeds, and once they germinate, I'll come back and top dress them with the worm castings and fertilize them that way. So I'm just going to cover those, and then I will come back later once they germinate, and I will put the wood chips back over. But I need to weed the garden as well. And this one is already starting to vine, so I'm just going to pop that through there so that it can wrap itself around the trellis there. All right, so now I'm going to show you what we have out here that's not too late for you to plant in the month of June. I know it's getting hot, but cucumbers is one. I'm going to show you something else. But before I do, let's look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers here that's coming on. Look at this sunflower. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? I just love that. It's absolutely beautiful. And we have a little honeybee there. She's doing her job. All right, so let's go ahead now and go over to other things that we could plant in the month of June. So this plant right here is actually suffering from damage from the squash bugs and the vine borers, right? And so it's dying back, but that's okay because I'm getting ready to start a whole nother round of squash. And I'm also going to show you what I am using now to prevent the squash bugs from taking over our squash plants and destroying them. So this one hasn't been sprayed, but others have, and I'm going to show you the difference. But squash is another food that you can plant still in the month of June. It is not too late for that. Okay. All right. So we have cucumber, we have squash. Let's go on over, and I'm going to show you something else. Another crop that you can plant in the month of June is this asparagus bean. This is a pole bean. And actually, this is probably quickly becoming one of my favorite beans to plant. They get about a good foot to foot and a half long, some of them, right? And they produce tons and tons and tons of beans. Now, I saved seed from these last year, and this is what we have growing here now on the trellis, and they are looking absolutely phenomenal. You do want to make sure, though, you train them up. You got to train a child up in the way that they should go so when they're older, they won't depart, right? So we're going to train these up so that they stay on the trellis and they don't find their way out into the aisles because we don't want that. So I'm just going to train it up and wrap it around, and it's going to take hold. Let me try another spot here. And it will take hold once you wrap it around just a couple of times. It'll be fine. All right, so this is my red asparagus bean. They also come in green as well, and you could get the green ones, it's fine. But I'm telling you, the beauty of these red beans hanging from the trellis in the garden is absolutely phenomenal to me. So I choose the red over the green. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the next thing that you can plant in the month of June in your garden. Now, another crop that is not too late for you to plant right now, even from seed, and that is okra. We have several plants of the Louisiana 16-inch long okra that I absolutely love here in the garden. But another one of my favorites, of course, is that tried and true, that Clemson spineless. But we even have a red burgundy okra as well. And it is a beautiful okra to grow. Gives some contrast to so much greenery that you may see in the garden because it produces those beautiful red or burgundy looking pods. And it's a delicious okra to eat as well. And that okra seed is also on our seed shop right along with the next crop I'm going to show you that is not too late to plant in the month of June. Okay, so let's go ahead and come on down and let me show you. All right, so the next crop is going to be your bush beans. I have several beans out here. I have the strike green bean and the royal burgundy bush beans. Look, let me show you these beans. These beans are absolutely beautiful, you all. And it's actually time to harvest some of these beans as well. And oops, I broke it. But I'm going to pick some of these off now because I'm going to take these in and I'm going to add this to our dinner for tonight for Mr. H and I. But look at these beautiful beans. Look at that. Royal Burgundy Bush. And they definitely look royal, don't they? They're beautiful. So I'm going to harvest a few of these and take them off and then get them inside. And I'm just going to add this to tonight's dinner for us. Oh, they are gorgeous. Nothing like fresh green beans. Nothing like them. Look at there. These are just absolutely beautiful. And the more you harvest these, the more you grow because to them that means, hey, we need to produce some more beans. We need to produce some more pods. Somebody's robbing us. These are beautiful beans to grow in the garden. And I purposely decided, so now this might be enough for Mr. H. But I need a few more for me. So I'm just going to harvest a few more of these purple. Look at this cluster of beans right here. Look at there. You see this? It's not too late to get these planted in the ground right now and have yourself some amazing green beans. And typically we harvest these by the gallons. And when we harvest them like that, we have plenty of beans that we can actually can and preserve for later use. Okay. So I'm going to harvest a few more of these and then I'm going to grab a few. I always break this. You have to be so careful because this plant is very delicate and it's so easy to break. So you have to be real gentle with these plants when you're harvesting the beans from them. So this is going to be enough of this one right here. And then later on, I'm going to come back. Look at the strike. Look at how well these are growing. And once they take off growing, look in there. Once they take off growing, look at right there, all those beans. You can't stop these beans from growing once they take off. It's so many. And so I'm going to have to harvest more of those as well as soon as the rain stops. We have a ton of rain coming in. This is the perfect time to get seedlings in the ground. So I got to show you one more thing that we can plant in the month of June. And last but not least is our sweet corn. It is not too late to plant sweet corn. Now, this variety is an evergreen Stoles heirloom variety of sweet corn. And we planted this early because it does take a little bit of time for this one to grow. As you could see, it's just now starting to tassel, and we are just now starting to put on ears of corn. But we do have a little ways to go before this corn is going to be ready. However, there is a variety that you can plant right now, and that's the golden bantam sweet corn. It is an earlier variety, doesn't take quite as long to grow. I think I can get about 2 good ears here. And on the golden bantam, you'll probably get 2 ears, but they won't be quite as large as what's on the Stoles evergreen. But just plant a lot of corn and you'll get plenty of corn, right? So what you want to do is just kind of estimate approximately 2 ears of corn per stalk, okay? So for every seed that you plant and grow successfully, you should be able to expect a good 2 ears of corn, all right? Now we fertilized our garden with only chicken manure, the composted chicken manure from our chicken houses. That's all we put down here before we planted it. We kind of worked it into the top 4 to 6 inches of the soil, and we made trenches like we did in the past, and we planted our corn. And we have not fertilized it again at all, okay? And as you can see, this corn is doing fantastic. This corn has got to be, I don't know, from to the tip, it's got to be about a good 10 feet tall, right? So this is some pretty tall stalks of corn producing some beautiful ears, but they're not quite ready yet. We still have a little ways to go here. But your bodacious sweet corn and your golden bantam, those are some varieties that you can grow right now. All right. And if you want to see how I start our corn from seed, I will put that video, the link, at the end of this one so that you can see how we start our corn here. We do not direct seed our corn. We always start it in seed trays. So that's going to do it for food items you can still plant in the month of June. It is not too late. All right. And although I didn't show you, that list can still include things like basil. It can still include things like flowers, certain flowers. I'm getting ready to plant more calendula seeds because I am going to be using the calendula in different ways. I'll be using calendula. I use the calendula flower petals to infuse into my soaps and body butters. So that's just a quick little list of things that you can still plant in the month of June. I hope you found the information helpful. If you did, give our video a thumbs up, and don't forget, hype up our video as well. Thanks for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings, and I will see you all in the next video. And remember, grow your groceries.